Hey, life is funny, and I don't even know if this is a good example of life being funny. How you doing? What's going on? Wherever you are on this planet, welcome. I have, if you've been keeping track, I've been doing, I think, at least for the last week or so, one Angelina song a day. But I have passed over this one multiple times. Because it's like, I love this song, but I feel like it's a certain type of song, and I kind of want to be in a certain mood for that. And I also don't like thinking that way. I like just listening to the music on its own without bringing, or at least trying to limit my bias and my emotions. However, I think today is like a pretty level way. So you don't have to keep track, but I think I had about 3 really great days. Just felt great. Yesterday was kind of a dip. I feel like I'm back up. Not peak, but I feel like I'm back up. I feel like this is a song where I don't want to hear it at the bottom. I don't want to hear it at the top. So I think this middle day is a good way to do it. However, remember, that's unfair. Remember that. That's unfair because I'm taking how I feel today. And I'm looking at the song through that lens. And even though it might be more enjoyable, for me, that's actually unfair to the artist. Hopefully the deck is rigged in her favor. So that's what's up. Let me go on one tangent real quick. One quick tangent. Okay, let me make a very clear example of how this bias structure works. If you like movies, but you don't like horror movies, you just hate horror movies, and then you watch a good horror movie, but you say it's terrible because you don't like horror, that is the clearest example ever of your bias influencing what you're seeing. You're not actually judging whether or not the movie's good. You're going, I don't like horror movies, this is a horror movie, therefore it's bad. So that's what I'm trying to like skate that thin ice. Just like funny, because there's no regulatory entity gonna come down on me, but just try to do what you think is fair.
What would I do without your smart mouth? Drive me in and kicking me out. Got my head spinning, no kidding. I can't pin you down. What's going on there, beautiful mind? I'm in your magic.
I can't shut up. I can't. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to make a reaction video and not tell you what I'm thinking? I'm immediately thinking, I'm looking for that jump, the or where the notes are. I'm looking for that jump, and then immediately in this register, I'm immediately thinking, how high is that jump? And maybe it shouldn't have been in this key. Like, maybe take it up a whole step. Maybe higher. Do what you do. Understand what you do and do it. Does she sound great? She does. I think she would murder this even better if it was maybe, I don't even know. We'd have to really test it, but at least a whole step up. But the question of how wrong I am depends on how high she goes on that melody. We don't want to take the ability to nail the top of the melody away. I can't help it, y'all. Damn.
I'm so dizzy. I know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's under water, but I'm breathing by. You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you. Loves your cousin.
Also, man, okay, I guess it's gonna be one of these critique videos. I can feel it. I can feel it right now. The levels between her and the backing track is not, to me, it's not appropriate. The piano is almost fighting her. It's a supporting instrument. It should not be that in our face. So all those other videos where I say the person does an awesome job, this is between the guitar and the vocals or whatever. This is the opposite of that. That right now the backing track is way too loud, in my opinion.
Perfect imperfections. Give your all to me. I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all.
Absolutely, that sounds gorgeous. Absolutely, take it up at least a whole step. At least, maybe 2.
How many times do I have to tell you? Even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down. I'm around through every move. You're my downfall, you're my moves, my worst distraction, my rhythm and blues. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head.
Yeah, I mean, I love the song and I love what she's doing, but honesty is honesty. Feel how you need to feel about it. The key's too low. It's fun to sing where you don't normally sing. It's fun to do what you don't normally do. I primarily play guitar. I love it when people let me play bass because I'm like, this is fun, son. So it can be fun when she's got all these high notes to be down in a lower register, but I think the register's too low. She's not out of tune. I just don't think it's serving her voice the way it should. And I think secondly, maybe because of how low the register is, there's a lack of clarity on some of the words. So one of the benefits when you have a cover is that other people know the words. But if I didn't know the words, would I be able to understand the verses? Obviously in the chorus it's very clear, but in the verses it's a little muddy. And that piano's way too loud. What are you doing? This piano's it's doing that little arpeggio, da 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 da, like all up in my ear. What?
You're crazy and I'm out of my mind. 'Cause all of me loves all of you.
Oh, harmonies in the backing track. Okay.
Loves your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
3-part harmony? Also, that's weird. That's part of the backing track. The backing track is also mixed really weird because even the backing vocals are way below the piano. The backing vocals should be below her voice. They should be above the piano.
You're all to me, I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all to me, and you give me all.
Voice is great though. Give your all to me. Is that actually John Legend on the backing track? I can't tell because it's also too low. It's also too low, not only in the mix but in the vocal register. Again, it's a little muddy. It's not pitchy. The pitches are good, but it's like muddy. Here's easy thing for anyone. If you could hear, you don't have to know music for this. Go take a C and an E. It's like the beginning of a C major chord. or the end of A minor chord, but it's going to sound like C major. Take a C and E and play them. Just take 2 fingers, a little claw, and play them. And you can go get an app right now and do it on your phone. Go and hit C and E right in the middle of the piano. And then scroll to the very left side of the piano where the bass is and go find your lowest C and E and hit them together. They're the same pitch class. One of them sounds like the other one is this bright, shiny thing. It's just it's too low. It's too low. And I would say the worst offense is the volume of the piano. At least we got the balance of the instruments better. And then I would go for the key change. Yeah. What you want me to do? Lie to you?
I give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning. Even when I lose, I'm winning. 'Cause I give you all.
Even the harmony vocal's louder than her right now. If she was not so amazing, this is a terrible setup, not by her, but by anyone involved. Well, I guess I don't know if she controlled the volumes, but this is just a recipe for disaster. The piano is in her face. It's louder than her sometimes. And now on this example, the actual backing vocal is louder than the lead vocal. You ain't gotta be a genius. It's called backing vocal because it's in the back. I know I'm being like a little overly sarcastic here, but I feel like people are going to be like, what you saying, son? It's like, it's called a backing track. It's in the back. It's a backing vocal because it's not the lead vocal. So just clearly these volumes. I can definitely say out of any Angelina song I've heard, this is the one where the volumes are just not right. There's not even a clear second example to me of the volumes being off. Sometimes I don't like the arrangements or whatever, but this one, the actual, I don't think the backing track is a great backing track, but it's not terrible. But the volume of the different instruments, vocals and instrument, it's bad. It's really bad. Does she sound great? She does, right? If I'm talking to you right now and a car drives by and is blaring the horn, you could say that my video is terrible because that horn is distracting when the car drives by. That doesn't mean I'm terrible. There's a horn in the video. So this loudness doesn't make her at fault, but it does make the song very suboptimal.
And you give me all.
She did an excellent job. I still think it should be a couple half steps up, maybe a major third up. To me, how I would figure this out, which I don't really do arranging for other arranging. We're really talking about just keys here. The song's already arranged. What I would really do is focus on that high part, I would focus on that, and I would just play half step at a time. We're in this key, sing it. Now we're in this key, sing it. We're in this key. And I would look to right where she seems to be stretching, pull down maybe a half step. That's our new key. It's not rocket science. What's the highest part? The low part is too low. So let's find the highest part and go, how much higher can we take it before we're straining our voice or we're sounding not like ourselves? Let's back off a little bit. That's our new home key. It's not crazy. What is as you can tell by my passionate response, the level between the backing track and her to me is unforgivable. Why do I say that? She has a microphone. That doesn't seem like a big deal. She got a microphone. Well, you know what a microphone needs? It needs a cable. You know what the cable does? It plugs into something, and that thing has a volume on it. Whatever it is, it's got a volume, okay? Now, there's a backing track. It's playing somewhere. It's got a volume. So all you have to do Not her. I'm not complaining about her. I'm complaining about whoever is listening. All you do is put your headphones on, you hit play, and you turn the knob. That's all you gotta do. You just go, let me turn down the piano. Well, that sounds better. Turn it back up. No, that's not so good. Turn it back down. All right, that's good. That's all you gotta do. I know it seems a little sarcastic. Because, like, if you're gonna have someone who sings so well, right, this is not an average singer. This isn't a pretty good singer. This is a great singer. Man, you better adjust that volume knob. Like, what are you doing? It's just facts. I'm gonna beat this dead horse one more time. I do all my own mixing and stuff like that. Not because I'm fancy, it's because I can't afford employees. If someone mixed this track for me, I might give them one more shot, maybe. But this is so blatantly wrong, there's a good chance there's no warning on this one. You're not allowed to mix. You're just not. I don't care if you're my dad, cousin, friend. This is so preposterously bad volume levels. If you didn't know this was wrong, I can't give you a second shot. You should know that. If you're like a super close best friend, I'm gonna give you a second shot just to avoid the emotional baggage of having to tell you you can't do this. I would not believe you would succeed. This mistake is very, very bad. I think if you make a mistake that bad, you're probably not going to redeem yourself on the second try. It's not that you can't get better. You can. You can easily get better, but you can't get better on my tracks. Go do it on your own time. You can tell I take this because it's great singing, and they messed up the track. The best thing a performer can hope for is that they show up and do a great job. That's what you have. You only focus on what you can have control over. You show up and do a good job. You don't need somebody on the back end with a volume knob messing everything up. And you definitely don't want to play the song for your friends and family, and then you have to say this. And believe it or not, people say this stuff. Where you turn to them and go, yeah, the keyboard's too loud. Yeah, I know, the keyboard's too loud. I didn't have anything to do with that. And then every time you play the song for someone, you have to say that. And if someone hears the song and comes up to you and they're close enough to you where they, close enough relationship-wise where they will talk to you about your song, they'll go, I really like the song, but the pianos seem loud. And then you have to go, yeah, I know, piano's too loud. And on someone at her level, you might have that same conversation 100 times, 200 times with people. Yeah, the piano's too loud, piano's too loud, piano's too loud. I know, piano's too loud. Can't have it. Can't have it. I think I'm mean. Might be a mean guy. Got a job to do. Do the job. If you can't do it, don't do it. It's not personal. It's a job to do. If I'm a surgeon, do surgery. If you can't, if you're not a doctor, surgeon, I wouldn't ask you to do it. So, like, if you're gonna do it, do it. That's all. It's not. I don't want to get all hurt. Do what you do. I wear wolf shirts and make terrible reactions. I know what I do. I'm gonna keep doing that.